7:20 a.m. on this Tuesday morning, March 7th, 2026. Well, we already have our sunrise that is taking place. We had, some nice orange coloration to the eastern horizon this morning. Once again, we have more or less clear skies out here. And, even though we are to basically remain sunny all day, we're only to get to a high of approximately 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I got a question. So with this lunar flyabout, for some odd reason, to me, it seems as though the closer you get to the moon, the less moon glow there is. Because from here on planet Earth, when we get the full moon, it sure seems to cast a lot of that so-called moon glow. And what did we see in these recordings as they approach closer and closer to the moon? Well, it sure wasn't all that blinding of a glorious sight, was it? To me, it sure seemed like, the closer that they got to the moon, the more intense the glow would be. That's just a thought. Just an observation. All in all, I have found this lunar operation to be very boring. Much like this so-called war with Iran. Very boring. Why? I'm going on 59 years old coming up this May. At the end of this May. I've seen it all before, people. Just like with the pandemic. My experience goes back to when they tried to eradicate smallpox, right? To where, once again, the false narrative that viral disease was completely wiped out or eradicated, and it never was. I've seen all these space missions, or the great majority of them throughout my lifetime, which has basically been taking place throughout my lifetime, or since the beginning of my life. And I've seen many wars that just, doesn't matter how much they talk up this war, it's no different than any other war that I've seen throughout my lifetime. Same narratives, much like, whenever there's a State of the Union address or, let's just stick with that. Have you ever noticed that regardless of whether the president is Democrat or Republican, the State of the Address or the addressing of the Union, whatever, they're always scripted the same. Have you ever noticed that? You got the president, you got Mr. Speaker, whoever at the doors, and he opens up the doors and, Mr. President, blah, 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 and the president comes in and, everybody wants to shake his hand, it doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican once again, and so we wait a few minutes as the president is shaking hands, and now it's all about selfies, right? Selfies with the president, regardless if you're on his side of the fence or not, everybody wants a selfie, and the president marches on down, and he gets behind the podium and begins his speech. My fellow Americans. It's always the same. And then it always ends the same way. God bless America. Right? It's always scripted out the same, regardless. And then, of course, everything in between is all about bragging about, we did this administration. I did this as president. It's always the same script. Maybe worded differently, but it's always basically the same. Very boring. Just like Days like this, clear blue skies, sunshine, and you would think that we would have much warmer temperatures. But no, the warmer temperatures come about anymore with cloudy, rainy days. Or at least with our spring weather, or so-called spring season weather, which anymore we really don't have separate seasons to really speak of. But hey, that's a rant and a rap. And this is Skywise Out. Oh, by the way, yeah, why am I doing a rant? Why am I upset this morning? Well, because the previous recording or video before this one has taken all bloody night to post. Oh, it's not even posted yet. I get up this morning and it says network paused. Yeah, I didn't do anything since I started the uploading process early on last night and all night long. It did nothing because why? The network was paused. So I had to start or restart the uploading process this morning. Is that due to AI through this platform, or is it through Verizon, the phone company that I go through, both of which have had a very poor rated existence, if you will. And of course, being rated, not to be trusted, just, of course, being linked in with Google. Well, of course, you also have that site LinkedIn, which, well, they're all together, and their deceptive measures and overreach of corporate powers. Yeah. But that's how everything goes today, because too many people are too damn compliant. And nobody can get on the same side of anything anymore. And that's how they like it. Chaos and confusion. Dominate and control. And yeah, once again, it's a rant because of the factor that it's upsetting me that I cannot post content the same way that I used to be able to a few years back, before this AI nonsense. AI is ruining everything. But I'm still going to push everything to the limit, right? Don't have access to my secondary channel anymore without going through all kinds of stupid verification steps. Biometrics being included? No. I'll go ahead and lose that channel, and I'll just keep dumping crap content onto this channel. Why not? Alright. Once again, that's a rant, and that's a wrap, and this is Skywise Out.